What would you choose? A momentary happiness or a long lasting joy? Please subscribe to my. See you next time in attaining a peaceful life. See ya.
Hello. Hi. Nice
How
to
are you
meet
doing?
you. I'm good. Thanks.
Before we start, my channel, WisdomWise, is an initiative to explore wisdom, the daily wisdom of life, through practice of consciousness in order to attain a peaceful life. I started this project a long time back, all over the world. I met people from almost more than 150 countries. I'll be having different playlists in my YouTube channel, WisdomWise. So one playlist is for interviews, plus I'm already doing episodes. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello guys, like I said earlier also, I'll be back. So I'm here, and thank you for waiting. We're gonna have some interesting conversation again.
Nice to meet everyone. My name is Linh, and it's great to share my story with everyone. Thanks for having me here.
Yes, I mean, you are very welcome, because I noticed you were very busy in your activities. If I remember right, you're learning dance, you're teaching English, you're doing many other things. So it's very important to have activities in your life. First of all, before I ask, let me tell, this interview is not scripted. Lynn don't know what I'm gonna ask her. So the answer which she's giving are pure and honest. So these are the answers which are not prepared. So don't expect something which you see in the movies, oh, it's like acting or perfect. No, this is just a normal conversation. The answer will be coming from subconscious. We'll discuss about it some other time what subconscious is. I know you, but I think we can formally introduce, because people don't know.
Yep.
They know I'm the host, so I'm from London, everyone know it. You can tell our guests where you're from, why you came to London, what's the purpose, what the basic things about you, please.
Yes, so yeah, I'm Linh and I'm from Vietnam originally. I came to Birmingham for my master's degree, and then after graduate, I got a job in London. So right now I live in London because I got a permanent job. I just passed my probation. So
Congratulations.
yeah, so I'm officially the permanent employee for that company now. So thanks to that, great opportunities brought me here to this wonderful city.
Very interesting. People follow their dreams, what they do, what they did, and what else they can do to complete their dreams. More than 7 billion people on earth. When we go by probability, we're not discussing about the mathematical formulas. In general probability, like a coin has a probability. When you toss the coins, it's like half. The heads can go and tail can go. But when you go for the population of earth, finding out a young girl sitting here in London started from Vietnam. Many struggles she might have been through. Here, we're not talking about social or economical struggles. There are many more struggles which we ignore. They can be struggle with thought process and things. Most of us, we generally ignore these things. What kind of troubles you had in making decision when you decided that you want to go to London? You might be having some kind of thought process, right?
Yep.
So please share with us.
So before deciding to study in the UK, actually, like my family have problems with finance.
Yeah.
So only my mom will support me to this, like studying in the UK. My sister was not really sure because my mom is actually very old. She's around like 70 years old right now.
Right.
So they were thinking more about like the saving that we have supposed to be for her health. But to be fair, that my mom says money is not a problem. I'm not sure what's going on, but I trust my mom, and my sister also had the opportunity to study in the UK before. So I just felt like, well, if my parents promised me to, so I would try my best to win a scholarship, which I did. So thanks to that, they let me go. So that was the first struggle that I have.
You had
Yeah.
this thing about the finding out what your parents want, what your mom want, and how to convince her.
Yes.
A little bit, not in the convincing, like directly pressurizing way, but more morally also.
Yeah, try to convince like all of my family members. Yeah.
Okay, it's very interesting. So after that, this thing is done. So how you planned it? Because see, whoever is watching the video, there are different kind of people there. They might be having different purpose. Some people just have the purpose for the entertainment. Some people just want to watch the video because they don't have anything to do. They just pass the time.
Yep.
There was a time I was like that, so it's nothing personal or anything like that. But there are some people who always find something in our conversation. It can be related to when you were talking about your parents or decision making.
Yep.
It can be related to that someone from some other country internationally travel and trying to settle in another country. So always someone might be having some kind of personal benefit idea from our conversation. That's why I'm trying to cover most of the things I can, so that most of the people can benefit. So this I know now. So after that, did you know already in advance what was the path to come here? Because many people I know, they decide, okay, I'm gonna go as student. Some people decide I'm gonna apply for jobs and find out some agencies who can give me job. Some people just go for other paths, which we are not discussing about immigration now. So what was your path? You decided that this you will choose to come to England.
To be honest, like my first purpose was just to experience. Like I want to know what's life there in the UK, and the second purpose it's about for my career path. So I just want to hope that the education will help me to leverage my career back in Vietnam. So I didn't have the intention to work here actually, but the third one was if I can get a job, then it's perfect. But that was actually my third purpose.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the plan was just to add one more star in your career so that you can
Yeah.
get that experience and that stamp and certificate. You can have a better job or career back home.
Vietnam,
Right. This is also, many people do that. An interesting thing, many people which I met, what happened? They had this plan, but after living here, something happened. They found someone, or maybe they found the opportunity they never thought of, or sometimes the plans can go entirely changed. You won't believe, I even met people who has no relation with particular field, but they started with particular field, but because of time they got that opportunity and their entire career is changed, their country is changed, they live here. It's like total transformation. That can happen, but that depends on individual perspective. So it's good, we know that what was the plan for Lynn. Now she's in London, she's doing job successfully. So other than that, now let's come back. What problems you had when you were looking for job here?
So the first problem I had was how to get a job here. So I got told that in order to get a job here, you have to make lots of CVs. You have to apply loads of jobs, like 100 or 200, and you might get one call back.
Correct.
Yeah, so I did follow that because I followed the experience one. Then I found out it's not the right way for me, because through failures made me realize that. And after that, I changed my approach. I, instead of like just mass apply, I be more detailed to my CV. I read carefully about the job description. I even like trying to open my networking. So it's like out of the box kind of things, like thinking. Like you have to think like, oh, there must be other way. And I think the reason why I have those new thoughts out of my head because of my is my desire to get a job here. Because at that time, I changed my mind. Like I need to get a job here, and I gotta go back to Vietnam. So yeah, that's why I found ways, and my different way actually like gave me more job opportunities. So that's why I end up with this job.
Very interesting. And what about your hobbies? Might be having many different kind of hobbies, right?
Yeah, I do.
So if you can share, please, it'll be interesting for someone 100% gonna match up with your hobbies also.
Yeah, I would love to meet someone who like dancing. So
What kind of dance?
It's K-pop dance.
K-pop, I know a little bit idea about me. I'm not very much
Yeah.
scientist in the dance,
Mm,
but there might be people who heard this word first time. So
yeah.
maybe if you can a little bit tell more about this, so that people who don't know, they can have a better
Yes.
understanding.
So it's a pop music by Korean artists.
Mhm.
Usually like in a band, in a group.
Right.
Yeah. So it's called the Korean wave. That's happening really big in Asia. And now actually it's become worldwide now. It started out in Asia, and I grew up with that music, and personally I like performing on stage with that music ever since I was in secondary school. I already performed in my school. They even auditioned in my country and stuff. So it's just with me until now.
Very interesting. What about that? I remember you told me that you're teaching English too.
Yes, exactly.
So what's that about? It's just a hobby or a profession, or how is it?
To be honest, like it's a coincident chance. So I happen to have a better speaking skill than others. So
Very good. We can see that already.
no, like compared to like other Vietnamese people. So that's why like a friend of my mom wanted me to teach her daughter.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a coincidence, but then I picked up the hobbies out of it. Like I feel like, oh, I like teaching. This is great. I could help people, and when they appreciate my efforts and they become better, I feel very happy for them. And I feel also the happiness is for myself too. So that's why I like teaching.
Very interesting. It's very important we can find out what our qualities are, what we can do. I'm 100% sure all the humans are born to do many things. It's just we have hard time in finding out what we can do. Let's take an example. She found out she's good in English. Then she found out a greater purpose, that she started teaching. Now teaching other people. But now many people might be having idea, oh, maybe she's trying to make money. Maybe it's a career point. That's not the point. Point is finding out what you can do, what you feel much more passionate about. When you think about, oh, this thing I can do, what can have a better purpose. And when we talk about better purpose, it's always related to a greater side. When I say greater side, it's always related to people, on the mass number of people, or a bigger cause. So this is wonderful. You're doing these things, doing your job also, having your hobbies also, plus teaching English also. Now we'll talk about the things which I like the most. I like to talk about. So I hope it's all right. We will discuss about this. We all know about desires, greed, and anger, and jealousy, and pride, and all these things. Just a little bit short, we talk about it. Let's say desire. What do you think a desire is? And do you think you have desires?
I think desire is like you desperately want something, like to achieve it. Do I have desire? Well, for right now, I think desire depends on which time. Like I'm right now, like before when I was a student, my desire is to get a distinction degree. And,
very nice.
Yeah, and right now my desire is to climb up my career path and try my best to upskill me. So I think it depends on the context and the situation or the time frame you're at.
What about small desires? People have desires for small things, about food or clothes, branded items, and these things. That's your opinion. Don't worry, it's nothing wrong or right answer in this. It's just a personal opinion.
Yeah. So yeah, the first approach of the word desire for me is something big, but
correct.
Yeah, but now you narrow it down. I think my desire right now, it's like I'm craving for Vietnamese food. So I would love to have a very delicious bowl of the Vietnamese noodles. It would be so good right now.
What about clothes?
Clothes.
Are you a big fan of branded clothes, or you're all right, or somehow balanced? You can have branded, you can have non-branded also.
Yeah, I'm quite balanced.
So it's all right. It's not like crazy about it. So I'll just go for the branded one and leave everything else.
Yeah.
Nothing like this, right?
Yeah. I care more about like how it fits me and how it flatters my appearance. Yeah.
Correct. How in which you feel comfortable and look good. All right. What about anger? What you thought about anger as general, if anger is good or bad, or if it's necessary or unnecessary. And then in your life, any incident which you think is worth sharing, and if you're not shy about it, when you were angry, later on you realize it wasn't worth it. If you can share this, anything, even if you can't think of, it's all right, we'll move forward also.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting topic though. So the first thought that came up in my head about the anger, it would be it's a normal feeling for the human, because we cannot happy all the times. Things happen, and it's a normal reaction. It's like when you pinch yourself and you hurt, and then it's a feeling.
Correct.
So the important thing here is how you deal with it. So first, when I was young, I can tell myself I'm a hot-tempered person. So not to say, let's say young, like when I want to play a video games, but my mom refused me to play video games. I play too much. So of course I'd be very angry, and then I would be crying and screaming and everything, right? And then because of that, it's kind of like it hurts my throat. So later on I'm like, oh, it's not worth it. Like, my mom's still not gonna let me play video games anymore, how I reacted. So later on I tried to convince her to let me play the video game. I would promise her that if you let me play this time, I will study harder. So thanks to that, I actually can play the video game without having anger. So yeah, it's just like realization moment. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. What about greed? If you know what greed is, in your own definition, what do you think greed is? And in your life, any incident? Look, you can't say on an average, almost every day, we get some greed about even little things, small things. Yeah, it's fine, take it, leave this, take 2 of these, little greed. But any which is worth sharing, a bigger one in your life, any incident when you became very much greedy, or it overruled your thinking process, and then you did not the right thing.
I must say that when I was a university student, I was quite ambitious related to my career. So at that time, I studied and I worked in a very prestigious teaching center.
Right.
And I started to want more. Like I started off as a very small position, and I want to having more jobs. I want to be better than others. So my greed is to getting more job and be better than others. So that's why I feel like I lost myself there, because back at that time, if you want to get a job, it's not just about how competent you are. It's how you approach the right person. So sometimes I have to act like a different person in order to please someone, so that I can get what I want, is getting that job.
Right.
Later on, I felt like it's not giving me happiness at all. It's not being myself. And at the end of the day, I was very tired because I was not being myself the whole day.
You realized it, yes.
Yeah.
Very interesting. What about the attachment? Do you have attachment issues? It can be with task, or it can be with people. It can be with both.
Attachment issue. That's very interesting, because I'm all alone in London right now.
Still.
And yeah, to be fair, how to say, I have a long distance relationship with my boyfriend. And to be fair, in the relationship, I was the one who more attached to him. So I felt like it's nice to being attached, but it's also not giving you the freedom. Sometimes I felt like this feeling of wanting to be attached with this person. I want to spend more time with this person, but it's not gonna happen the way I want all the time, because he's gonna be busy, I'll be busy, and it's giving me not being having the freedom, and I don't feel comfortable all the time.
Right.
So that's why I decided to kind of lower down, and I was just try to convince myself that I should spend more time with myself, less attached. So yeah, that's how I approach with attachment.
Interesting. What about the jealousy?
Jealousy.
What do you think about jealousy? Have you ever been super jealous of someone?
Yeah, I was. It was back when I was a student also,
Right.
high school. I played with this very close group of friends, and we have this called like high school entrance exam, and all of my friends got into a very
Right.
yeah, it's very like prestigious high school. Why I didn't get any,
Mhm.
so I was jealous of them, and because I was jealous of them, that's why like I got angry at them.
Yeah, it's natural. The point you're making, that's how you happen, because anger always has some kind of path. So when it comes to pride in your life up to now, do you remember anything that you were extra proud, which was not necessary, and because of this you lost something, or maybe opportunity, or anything, or something?
Okay.
Toughy one, right?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think when I was a student, I
Yeah.
was very proud that I'm the top student in high school,
Good example, yes.
and that's why I'm so proud of myself. I think I'm so smart, like the smartest, and I kind of like look down on others.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yes, very good example. So after that, what happened?
What
Maybe any person, you don't even have to share name, you look down at that person because you were pride, because you think you thought that you were very intelligent and they were below you. So later on, what happened? It was good, it was bad feeling?
Later on, I think I got an embarrassing moment when like I said that I can't solve any maths problem, but then the person that I looked down to actually got it right and I got it wrong.
Better in the mathematics, yeah.
Yeah, so then I realized, oh, that's embarrassing. I realized I'm not that intelligent and I should be that, Yeah.
Very interesting. Not many people can say these kind of things honestly. People have their own issues. Some people are shy, some have fear that, oh, what maybe their parents or their partners or their friends, how they're going to look upon you when they see you in TV or something, or what she's discussing about. So yes, but some people are just honest. You can see the one sitting here that is sharing you honestly, so that anyone who ever had problems related to all of these things, you can get benefit. Sharing is very important and it's beautiful. When we share, we rethink of those memories and feelings, and we reanalyze also. But when we are sharing is different. When we watch the other person sharing it, they share, we watch them, then we analyze them, but side by side we think about our bad things, so you can say our sins also we think about, then we analyze also. So it's like a double thought process, which is again very good for self-thinking, self-actualization and thing. Coming back to the point, fear. What do you think about fear? Because this is something greater than all those things. People have fear about anything. You can have fear about confidence, about people, about situations, about anything, about unseen forces, unseen events. It can be any fear. Fear is everywhere. So how the fear affect you, and what you are most afraid of?
I think what I'm most afraid of right now is if my mom gets sick or not. Yeah.
Okay,
like,
so the fear. Okay, I understand with the attachment.
Yeah.
But still, other fear. What are the?
I also fear that I might lose my job.
Materialistic. Okay, and any bugs or animal related fears?
I'm sorry, can you?
Any animal or bugs or it's kind of
like
fear or
swallowing,
things?
that's kind of fear.
Three
I'm scared
specific.
of spiders.
She's like me, I'm telling you. Okay, so other than that, you're fine. What about snakes and things?
Snakes are fine.
Snakes are fine.
Yeah.
For me also, snakes are fine. Not fine, like I want snake as a pet. And again, nothing against people who have snakes as pet. It's your individual choice. When we love pets, animals, they become pet. It's just a pure love. So I can understand if somebody is having a lizard or a chameleon or snake or tortoise, guinea pig, it can be anything, because when we love those things, they become part of the family also. So we discuss about all these things, about desires, anger, greed, attachment, jealousy, pride and fear. See, these are the things which everywhere in world people did discuss about. Some people did discuss about openly, but some just randomly, not very open. But what I think is very important, every human, this is one of the process. Time to time you should think about this. Take pen and paper, think all about these things. Find out all the incident when you were afraid, you were greedy, you were jealous of someone, and these things. When you find out, you're gonna find out already the analysis mode of it, how to approach for this. There is a purpose for these things, and there is a path also to solve all these things. That will be covered in further episodes again. Now you might be thinking I'm saying this, oh, that will be covered in further episode, Yes, of course. Like when we start studying from kindergarten, and after that you go to a small primary school, after that high school, secondary, higher secondary, A levels, different patterns in word. Why is like this? Because we have to go for knowledge step by step. If you try to overjump, sometimes it can be a kind of rush in the brain or a hodgepodge. You end up having the wrong information, wrong knowledge. That's why if I wanted, I could concise it. I could finish all the knowledge which I had in one episode, but I don't think it's a very good idea. So better it to take it slow, discuss randomly with all interviews, and slowly cover the topics also, and the paths I created for solutions. This also slowly we'll discuss about it. I'm not sure if I mentioned earlier, I'm writing a book on the philosophy also, so there are certain examples which I need. I always ask people about certain examples. Let's say a situation that where there was a situation, you found out what to do, you did, and then you made a plan, and then plan was going for a while, all right, but after that it's not working. Then you recheck it, you found out your mistakes, you're again trying to find out, but you're continuously doing it, but then you realize that something is wrong, even though after the best of your efforts, sometimes it happens, you can't make it right. Then a thought arises, which I think that maybe since beginning you are wrong. Maybe possible, since beginning we can be wrong. Do you have any example in your life where you did all these things, but later on you found out that since beginning I was wrong, let's take it right from the beginning and it can be solved? So share this example.
Back then, I thought that mass apply is a good solution. It's the only solution for me to get a job here, especially for international students who want a job in London. So yeah, I keep doing that, but then I realized at some point, just feel like I got rejections, too many. Then I have to look back, what's going on here, what's wrong here,
right?
And then I realized that I just giving them what I have, but not giving them what they need. That's why I try to look more from their side, like what they need from me for this job, what I have that match their requirements. That's why I try to tailor my CV, and I try to upskill myself that depends on what the job needs right now. So thanks to that, I also reach out to the people who in need of the person like me. So I try to narrow down, I try to think something in details, and thanks to that, then I can finally find a way to get a job in London.
So as I understood, that first finding job, you found out a different path. You were applying, but later on when you find out that's not working, so then you thought maybe since beginning something is wrong.
Yeah.
And then you found out maybe this is beginning the efforts are not wrong, the approach was wrong. Because efforts you were putting, you were trying many jobs. Some people try 100 jobs, you tried 500,000. So you even make a strategic approach, you even make the right CV, you made all the honest calls, all filing of online forms and things. So by these things everything was all right, but sometimes it happened that since beginning we can be wrong also. That's what Lynn found out. Lynn found out that since beginning, if I would have gone on a different path rather than just throwing into the mass, I could choose a specific and then apply it, and that's what you did, and that's what was successful. You got it. Sometimes, see, very beautiful example. And I have to appreciate, because I was asking this question with many people to give me an example. Few people gave me an example, but up to now, Lynn's example is the best. Anyone who ever did things, hard work for finding a job, or people who are currently in job market and looking for a job, or who are students, soon they're going to end up looking for a job. For everyone, this could be a very good example. Not to get panic by this thing, oh, we need job in these things, just throw all the CVs. I think the approach has to be different. You need to find out what you're good in, how to approach specific, and I think that's a better way. At least, and nowadays world is changing, so I think that's the better way. You have an example also. A girl from Vietnam chose the specific path. Now she is in London and fulfilling her dreams, and soon going back also. You're going back also, right?
Yeah.
To see your mom and family.
Yeah.
So see, more freedom. We can choose what we want. It's beautiful, very nice. Anything you want to ask, does not matter what else. You can ask anything. I will try my best to answer the question, and I promise, if I don't know the answer, I wouldn't just unnecessarily blabber just to prove myself. No. In this, I'm honest. If I don't know the answer, I'll say sorry, I don't know. I'll find out and I'll give you, but still I'll give you my opinion. Any question you have, you can ask. Doesn't matter what question is.
Yeah.
You finished.
Maybe like I can ask you questions that
Yeah, tell me.
has been bugging me. For example, how not to compare yourself with others, because right now I have like peer pressure.
Right. Genuine problem. And again, this girl is very intelligent, I must say that. She's asking all the questions which covers mass number of people. I'm 100% sure in past also you might be having similar problems. It's not only in the job, then people compare, and it can be even in your own home, comparing with your siblings, or in your immediate social ways you compare with your friends. Or sometimes when you belong to a large family, lots of relatives, sometimes people compare also. Oh, you see your auntie's son is doing better than you. Look at your uncle's daughter is doing better than you. This kind of comparison. In class, you compare also. If in class there are 50 people, not everyone can be. How it's possible? You think everyone cannot be same. One has to be down than the other one in the performance. Again, performance have different criteria, so some people can judge performance by the number of results number, some people by the knowledge. That's not the point. Point is, you can't be same, we are born different. Now we'll discuss about it. So when you have the, luckily I know the answer, so I'm sharing it, and it worked on me also. So most of the answer which I give to people, I tried in my own life, because I have been through those problems. I applied it, it worked. So I always tell people, if I can do it, you can do it also. And trust me, it works like this. I'm not some kind of human who came from another planet. I was born here. Average man. If I can work upon myself, change my life, fight with the problems, common problems, then anyone can have. Anyone can. So peer-to-peer one is a general problem. We start comparing. Let's take the thought process other way. Let's take the, in a way, by height. We take the example. You might be knowing someone who is at least that much of taller than you. It's possible, right? Now, if I ask you a question, both of you standing together, right? And you need to raise your hand. Then obviously the person who is taller will be higher hand than you, right? Are you gonna get upset about it? You cannot, because that's how the person is born. Yeah. And you cannot deny this fact. There might be another person you know who might be shorter than you. So the same criteria apply in the other side also. If you're gonna feel bad that that person has a higher hand, then you will be feeling better that person has shorter than me. Yeah. Both are wrong, because both time you're comparing. We all human are different. We are born, you were not born with that person together. You have a different mom, person a different mom, different criteria, different country, different social circumstances, different knowledge, different genetic memory also, which works also. So we cannot compare these things. This was just a random physical trait example. Now take example of the knowledge also. You are good in speaking English. Someone is good in speaking French. You both are in the same job. Now you cannot compare with that person because she don't know how to speak English very well as you do. In the same way, you don't know how to speak French or Spanish as the other person do it well. Again, there is no comparison. Now somebody might be asking, oh, what if she is bilingual, the other person is bilingual? I can always add third example. Do you know the Japanese, or do you know Japanese? Then again, it's a comparison. You cannot compare. We have our own different mind, different capabilities, right? If you start focusing on the right things, the things which you know you are good into, these things, and find out about your own, not by comparing with the other one, not like this, oh, see, I know how to speak very well English, these people don't know, not like that. You know, like this, see, there was a time when I couldn't speak English. Now is the time I'm speaking very well. So if I go back in memory, I compare, there was a time, I'm gonna think how much difference. There was a time I had hard time in saying hello, my name is Nitin Chaudhary, like shaky hand. Now I can stand, give a speech in front of Prime Minister. How come? Throughout the time you can do this. In the same way, they might be having a time and you did not know English. Now you know it. So much change. Always compare with your own, not the other person. Because comparing other person is a different body, different soul, entire different entity. You have a right to compare with yourself, and that's how we can always grow. Not by comparing with other people, comparing with ourselves. Another thing in peer-to-peer, what happened? Sometimes what we see is not correct. So, two people, you and your colleague, are competing for a promotion. There was a particular task you completed for 2 weeks. Your colleague completed for 2 weeks, and you think you were doing better than your colleague, right? According to you. But somehow the colleague got promotion, but not you. Now you'll be thinking again, anyhow you were comparing, I'm doing better than the other person got promotion. Then now the jealousy will arrive, right? Anger will arrive. How it happened? Because we were comparing. That's why all these things are coming. Certain things we don't see, we don't know why the person got promotion. There could be something else which we don't see, right? There could be something else. I can give you example from my own life, which I did mistake. I did perform well, I didn't get promotion. I could never find out why. When I left that job, and after that sometime, I'm very social, so I keep friendship with people. So I was discussing with my floor manager, just like randomly we were having a beer. So I asked that, why you did that? You knew that I was the best on the floor when we were doing like a part-time job when I was a student. So he told me that yes, you were doing best. Your personality was better, you were friendly, customers were liking you, you did most of the sale, still you did not get the promotion. Why? Why? Because I was the one who took like in 1 week one off, because once I was late, I missed my train. Couple of times I was late on my job also. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, not more than that, which I didn't think, because at the end of the shift I was working much more. So I think, oh, it's fine, I came 5 minutes late, I can work 15 minutes extra. But the other guy was punctual of the time. All the time he was there before time, standing outside, and that's what made him the person who respected time, more committed for the job, giving respect to the job, to be honest, more than me, which was hard to find out, hard to digest, but this was true. That was the reason, because of his commitment and his much more commitment to the job, sincerity about time, he got promotion, not me. So point I'm trying to take, what we see, not always we can see all the things. So sometime approach says, philosophy wise, if we cannot see everything, you choose the thing which makes you feel better, which makes you a good human. So how it works, you did your best, you are doing your best. What's coming, that's best for you. So if you did not get promotion, actually it happens for a good reason. Believe in it, because maybe you are about to get transferred into a different department because somebody found out that, oh, you're not even a good salesman. Actually, you have a very good eye for display. So the marketing department picked you up and you got double salary because you got promoted parallelly, not up in the line. See, we never think about these things, but it can happen. Why? Because you believe in yourself. The way you're doing is good. So do not compete with the others, even though they are getting better marks, better words with the senior and thing. We all are different, so we cannot compare. Everything happened for a good reason. Later on we find out. So when the time is gone, after some time, if you will be in another job or same job, mark my word, write this today. I'm telling you, you're gonna find out that this was good. What's happening in your life is always like this.
They're afraid to think about it.
Always 100% successful rate. I'm telling you, it's always like this. So I hope I didn't confuse you. I mean, I was trying to make that no point of comparing with peers and these things. Compare with yourself always. So for example, if I would be able to have this wisdom long back, I would understand that I need not to compare. I need to be punctual of time. I need to do my duty, all shift, reaching on time, leaving on time, work properly, because that's what is my job to do it. Not because I have to have more numbers or more promotions than the other person. No, it does not work like that. By this way, if you lose, it doesn't matter. You are still fine. If you win, it's still all right. I'm not going to be super excited about it, but it's fine. Both way, you are a balanced person. Balance is the most necessary thing in life. Rest of the things do not matter much more. Any other question you have?
Thank you so much.
All done.
Yeah.
I'll try to give the detailed answer, because not only because of you, you caught my answer quickly. I saw when I was talking to you, but I needed to explain it much more, because many people watching, not everyone can understand straight away, because their situation might be much more complicated than yours. So it takes time to understand. That's why I elaborated. Not because of you not understanding. I know you understood. All right. It was great interview. It was great talking to Lynn. I'm very much thankful for Lynn to be here and sharing everything from the life and wisdom and thing, asking questions. This is beautiful. We all should do that. And thank you very much for all of you for giving us your time also, for watching wherever we are talking about. And I'm 100% sure, mark my word, if you won't write it, whatever we were talking, there might be 100% something which you pick up consciously or subconsciously, and it's going to give you a benefit in your life. Thank you very much. See you next time. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel WisdomWise, and always stay happy, healthy, wealthy, peaceful and wise. See ya.